everyone.
Hey, everybody.
I'm Steve.
I'm Mark.
And this is SmokeySteveAndMarc.
Oh, yes, it is.
Welcome or welcome back.
Yeah, nice to see you. Oh, yes, it is.
We're, playing with lights now.
Oh, yeah,
Purple.
we're trying.
You know, it's, we might be a little bright, I'm not sure, but I gotta say behind us looks beautiful.
Oh, thank you. It does. You can
see it.
We can see it on the screen.
Yeah. The hanging gardens behind us.
Yeah.
Water feature now.
And that purple light is
the grow light.
It's a grow light.
Yeah.
The corner, it's just not getting enough light for me, so I put a grow light up there. But once we get everything all straightened out in the studio, I can take down the blackout curtain.
Yeah.
I have a blackout curtain behind those, the curtains that are behind us.
Yeah.
Just so it doesn't shine through when we tape, you know.
Well, this is the home for filming right now.
Yeah.
We're both on the right side of the camera.
We are.
And there's more room to stretch. We could fit two more of us.
Yeah. It's so nice having a couch.
Still getting settled in.
We are. Oh yeah, so we thought we'd have a real talk tonight. It's been a while since we had a real talk.
Yeah.
You know, it has. And we thought we would update you, do a little life update with health and stuff. People have been asking, and we haven't really talked about it at all. Everything's been such a whirlwind.
They ask, and we make soup.
And we make soup, right?
How are you guys doing?
Let's make soup! Because soup makes everything better, and it does.
Well, that's not wrong, and the soup was delicious.
No, it was pretty good. And then we thought we would also catch you up on our goals, I think we called them resolutions
that started earlier in the year.
And that kind of ties into the wedding, you know.
Oh, it does.
And then we will share some of our thoughts on Life by Jen Armstrong.
Who passed away
Recently. So, but first, we hope this video finds you happy and healthy and always trying to stay positive.
Absolutely.
Definitely, yes.
So
anyway, I guess
we
why don't we dive right in?
Let's go first.
Let's go life update first.
Okay, we'll go with life updates
because people have been asking, and
and this will cover everything from health, wellness to everything.
Yeah.
So how are you?
Oh, just wonderful. How are you?
I'm great. You want to try it again with that sarcasm?
Okay, I'll go first. I'm doing all right. So you've been asking about my knee, you know, and I had a procedure about a month and a half ago, and I think it helped. It did. I can get around, you know. I've completely accepted the fact that I'm not going to be able to do the things that I used to do before. I know this now, you know. I used to love to run, you know, and I can't do it anymore.
Oh no, I can't run anymore.
I used to like to do it though.
You would run miles in the morning too.
5 miles, not a lot. I mean, I would do, and also, I mean, it was like, you know, a mile and then walk. And then a mile, and then I never ran 5 miles straight through. Never, ever.
I'm impressed. I would run quarter mile, walk quarter mile.
Oh, it started off like that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, because I'm a smoker, and
and
it was rough. But you build stamina. You know, you do. It works. It does. But you know, there's other things that I can do. You know, but yeah. So you know, the knee's going well. I have more appointments coming up. My rheumatologist. We don't know what happened to him. I got a letter from the company it's Geisinger, you know, here, and said that you know, my doctor, his name was Dr. Walker. He is no longer going to be with us. He is moving on. That's all the letter said.
Moving on,
like that quick. And then they say all of your appointments have been canceled. Call this number to reschedule. I rescheduled, and I got an appointment for December of 2023.
Yeah.
So that's not going to be acceptable.
There's people with appointments who won't even live to see the end of December 2023.
I know. I'm on a cancellation list, but I also I'm going to be calling them tomorrow and getting a different doctor or something because I need somebody to manage my medications. Which brings me to my eyes. I have an appointment next month for my eyes, and the medications I take it can affect my eyes, you know. And this whole thing started with my eyes. of
to the
this.
mall to get him a pair of glasses.
Yes,
Next
yeah.
thing you know, we're in surgery.
I know. Yeah.
Unfortunately, no. Next thing you don't know, it took a while.
It took a while.
It took a while.
Yeah, and then they finally tied it all together with the rheumatoid arthritis and sarcoidosis. So it took a minute, but the eyes are involved in there too, So anyway, that's all coming up. And my blood pressure, I started blood pressure medicine about 2 weeks ago.
Are you sure?
I know. Well, everybody's been asking what it was. So, I mean, I'll just show, this is what I've been keeping track of here, so yeah, I know it's not the greatest. Let's see, this is probably August this is like the latest. And then I haven't taken it for a couple of days. But, so anyway, so that's what's going on there. And they're hoping that the medication I'm on is a slower acting one, he said. It's a combination of 2 medications in one for high blood pressure. And that, along with lifestyle changes, we hope to slowly bring it down. And he taught me to know the warning signs and all that, and when to calm yourself down, and all that kind of stuff. So, mentally, I'm holding it together, as best as I can. When Steven talks about his stuff, I can kind of maybe elaborate on it because I've been, Steven and I are very different. No matter what's happening with me, I go. I go. I keep pushing myself and I go. And I don't vocalize a lot about it. Like if I'm in pain or if I'm not feeling well or if I'm depressed or something. I've gotten better at it with sharing with Steven and even with you guys,
Yeah, totally.
I struggle with it, recently, I have some things that actually tie into our goals too, that that's playing on my mind and that too. So Steven's situation, for me, I had to learn to be patient and, because the feeling with that is like, there's like a helplessness feeling. I mean, who wants to see someone they love be in pain or uncomfortable or, and the feeling of not being able to do anything about it is like, hard to take because that's quickly followed with a hopelessness feeling. And then like the pity, like when are we just gonna have a day where I ask him how he's feeling and he says, oh, everything is good today, when's that gonna happen? That kind of a thing that plays on my mind. So I have to realize that we are different people. We handle things in different ways. I can just do what I can do. And for now, I can just support him the best that I can and do what I can when I can, if that makes sense, And
you have been.
Yeah, I've been trying.
Come with me to appointments, things like that.
Yeah.
For my own health concerns, because they can switch on a dime. I'd love to wake up a morning and say everything's cool, too. Yeah. And on some mornings, here's the trick of mental illness. Some mornings, it's fine. Everything's fine. But you're on high alert because you're waiting to start feeling like shit. Right. So you start looking for reasons.
And that's
then you
the
start,
mental thing.
Then you start texting people that you're blaming for it.
Yeah.
Then you get papers in the mail that say PFA.
Gotcha. Yeah, okay. Yeah, like he's like that, right? Yeah, you don't. I know you think you get frustrated. You do.
I have the same feeling with you that you have with me too about the helplessness part. Like, what can I do?
Yeah.
I can only be supportive. Right. Ask you how you feel about the decisions you're making in the interest of your health.
Right.
Because I'm not too commanding on that. Like, your health is your health, mine is mine. Obviously, I want good outcomes.
Yeah.
Like a heart that won't explode. But, yeah.
Yeah, and I feel the same way, too, about that. So, it's just, one thing that sticks out to me is that I have this thing in my head that I always kind of revert back to, of the feeling of being alone. I'm going through all of this alone. I'm alone. And that's not the case, and I have to constantly remind myself that I'm not alone. No matter what happens, I always have at least you, and we're handling, we're going through life together,
Yeah, you and me against the world.
It's hard. I don't know why that's a struggle. I think probably because I was alone for a lot of my life. You know, I had to take care of myself. I had to grow up very quickly, and I had to rely on myself, you know. So that's probably that. But so you're
moseying along. My mood's been more stable. We switched meds last time.
Your mood actually has been more stable.
It's been better. I'll take a sore throat over a manic episode with no sleep any day. I don't even care. But it's been manageable. The last change I had was we dropped one of my antidepressants down to 2/3 of what the dose was, from 60 to 40. And that seems to have made a difference with me calming down. SSRIs can shoot you through the roof if you have bipolar disorder. Sometimes that's like the unofficial test of it. They have someone with depression, give them an SSRI, and see if they can jump through the ceiling. So
see if it makes
see if
you
it
manic.
gives them the opposite.
Yeah, right.
If it gives them a manic reaction. So
right.
Those have been stable. I'm going for a glasses appointment, I think Saturday.
For your eyes.
So
I think it's Saturday.
It'll be a late night for coffee talk, by the way. I haven't been at the... No, 10:45 I think is my appointment.
10:45. Depending on how long it is.
And I'm never there long. I've always had glasses. I can pick out glasses in like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Until someone
I'm glad
comes
you're
with
going.
me.
You've been wanting that. You've been needing that for a while.
My insurance pays for them every 2 years. New frames and hardware and everything. And the lady at Vision whatever center didn't seem too concerned with her commissions.
Yeah.
Because she like marked down everything. I ended up paying like $80 for $500 worth of crap.
Yeah.
So...
Well, that's good, because that definitely...
And vision insurance is like $1.50 a month, too. But, so, that's going. Meds are good.
Your physical, self.
My physical self is good. I'm okay. Twitching has, for what it stopped.
Yeah, you know what? That has really improved.
It has stopped as soon as I...
That's where the real helplessness feeling comes in on my part with the twitching. It to me seems so uncomfortable and so just it affects everything.
I know. We had to wait to start filming because I had the hiccups. I get
the
hiccups
chronic
a
hiccups.
lot. I get the hiccups a
Painful
lot.
Chronic hiccups.
Yeah. You know.
It's bad. It's awful. And
so but we're working along.
But yeah, so it's good to hear. The twitching is getting a little better. Maybe the meds did have something to do with it. You got rid of an entire medication.
Got rid of one entirely.
And you reduced another one.
Yeah.
And then next you're going to be getting rid of another one.
Yeah, we're going to get rid of Neurontin.
Yeah.
Okay. So Neurontin's on the way out. It's a low dose. I only take 1/3 of what's prescribed. So that won't be that hard to get rid of.
Yeah.
And it's fall. I tend to cycle up in the fall as we go into fall. Like... Easter to my birthday is unmitigated hell. Yeah. But then it's fall. I get all pumpkin spicy and get excited. And
fall's a good time for me too, yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited. I like the season. I like the holidays within the season, you know. Spring makes me sick. When I think of spring, I think of Easter. Yeah. And then hyacinth and ham.
Not my favorite either. Yeah.
Can't do it. No.
Well, SAD is a real thing. Seasonal affective disorder is a real thing. I mean, there are millions and millions of people affected by it every year. And SAD doesn't have to be winter. You know, it can be, it's seasonal, you know, so it could be any season, really. Yeah. And a lot of people are affected by it, and it's rough. And yeah, you tend to have your good time tends to be in the fall, going into winter,
and then around February we
starts to
decline,
cycle down. Yeah,
and that carries on into the beginning of summer.
Yeah, I don't really. It doesn't really bother me too much. The changing of the seasons doesn't really affect me too much in that way.
No, you had some unipolar depression out without the fun side of it.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, that's why they don't take their meds. They want to. I don't know.
I don't know
about all that. That's not me. That's not me.
Right.
So that's mind, body. I don't know. Do you want to share a little bit about Jen?
Yeah. Well, if you're done,
I'm done. I'm good. Better than some other folks. So
Jen.
Yeah.
Jen Armstrong, or Life by Jen. You know, I'm sure you've heard.
She passed away.
Yeah. A few days ago. I think it was Saturday, of last week.
It was at least a couple days ago, I remember.
Well, I'll let you. I don't really have too much to say about it. Jen and I and Jen and Steven used to be friends.
Like texting buddies, YouTube
like,
friends.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Like we
regularly.
We talked a lot and exchanged cards and gifts.
And she sent me a heating pad.
We still
have
use
the heating
it
pad.
and use it. And I remember she sent you popcorn.
She sent me the popcorn I couldn't find anywhere. The
I
jalapeno
remember
butter.
That was cute. Yeah.
And it even came with something else for the cats, I think, too.
Yeah,
it was
cats,
like a crate of cat food.
It was
It was thoughtful.
It was thoughtful.
Yeah.
And it was a nice relationship. We talked a lot and it through instant, like virtual, like instant message and emails,
Facebook
and,
all
that.
that.
Yeah, and then the references to each other in videos too.
Yeah, like she'd been watching ours and you'd been watching hers.
And of course, now this was before Jean was in the picture. Well, she was dating him. They were together for a long time.
Like
before
4 years, they were calling themselves in a relationship. Before that,
they were in person.
But when Jean appeared on the channel, communication dried up.
Things
completely
changed
between us and Jen.
Things changed a lot.
All of a sudden, the "Hey, how are you doing?" It's been like a month and there's no reply.
Right.
And I can see on their channel how it's playing out that things are maybe messier than they thought they would have been at the time.
Yeah.
So once Jean showed up, she stopped connecting. I wonder if it's with all her friends.
Yeah, I'm not.
Or her.
I don't know. I didn't know too much about her personal life. Did she have other friends? I knew she was very good friends with another person that was in her building. They would play cards all the time, and
a lot of seniors because she was in a place where people are.
Can you hear this?
Can you hear under the couch?
He is he's clawing his way
like
upside down.
Upside down. He's
going down. I can feel him. He's down that end. Now. Like it's. Anyway, sorry about that. Yeah.
Mood breaker.
But so I don't know too much about that. But I do know that not only did the communication change, but things seemed to change with her too, as far as her attitude and how she would present herself on camera. And and we did talk throughout that, but it became further and further apart. And my only opinion on this situation, when I learned that she had passed, of course I was sad.
Yeah.
I mean, I of course don't want anybody to see anybody suffer or
and do I dare say I was, we'll say, taken off guard.
I was taken off guard too.
Yeah, not surprised for all the obvious reasons that might sound cruel but are true.
Right.
She started gaining weight again.
And then that quickly followed up with anger. I went through all the stages of grief, with Jen. I did. And it was anger. And I just can't help but be, and again, this is just my reaction. This is my opinion, my reaction. It means nothing, but I was angry. And I just kept saying, shame on Jean. It's not his fault, but I think of like our relationship, and I think that I don't think that either one of us would have let it get that far.
No, we've already had discussions prior that it wouldn't.
All ahead of time, and that's what people in healthy relationships do.
Yeah,
I mean, they
don't
do.
like prepare for the worst, but if you have a plan, it's always been my thinking. If you have a plan, you usually don't need it.
Right. Exactly.
When there's no plan, it's
then
like
boom, yes. And then I'm like, I'm mad at that hospital and that rehab. How could anybody, down to the nurse's assistant, all of them, how could they not see what was happening with her? How can somebody go into a hospital and check out heavier than they were, sicker than they were? I mean, and we're talking months and months of being in there. Like,
with COVID coming in and out too. She had COVID, so did Jean.
And then I'm like, mad at her. This was completely avoidable. And it's so sad, and it makes you so angry. She should have taken advantage of her time in that hospital and got her shit together, changed the trajectory of her life.
Yeah.
And she had every opportunity to do it.
And she was like anxious to get out of the hospital, get back to a life that she hates. I mean, that's not.
So I had mixed feelings about it. The overwhelming feeling is sad because I feel like somebody who I was very fond of is now gone.
Yeah.
And then I do have some anger about it too. And, again, just my opinion. You know,
it's a little hard to reconcile because she was nice most of the time we knew each other, and we would check back and forth.
Oh,
but
definitely.
Then, I hate to be a man hater, but he showed up and ruined everything.
Well, yeah, and hey, look, have I dated someone and kind of like pushed my friends to the side a little bit? Of course I did. I think a lot of people do that. Not for the long term, but I have. You're in a new relationship. It's exciting, and you're spending all your time with that person. I get it. I mean, I get that.
Yeah.
But
then when you fight with them, you have no one to talk to about it but them.
Right. And this was an unhealthy relationship from the start. And I wish they could have helped each other out, but in turn, I feel as if they made each other worse.
Yeah, they were feeding addiction to each other.
Yeah.
Spoonful by mouthful, just...
Yeah. I mean, she put her foot down a few times. She kicked him out a few times because of the drink. I mean, she did, but
she caved. He'd go to detox, and she'd let him home after 3 days.
It's a sad situation. This disease of addiction is insidious, and it's bad.
And it manifests in a lot of different forms.
It sure does. It sure does.
Addiction looks... I see Jen, I see addiction. I see
Absolutely.
Gene, I see you and I see it. But things can be different. Yeah. Two people in recovery or who have addiction problems getting together, it's dicey.
Yeah, it is.
It's dicey. If you're lying 1%, that will come up later as the thing that comes out. Just gotta be as concerned with your health as with mine, as far as that.
Yeah.
Because we have that discussion. I think before therapy, we had that discussion. If one of us relapses, get into treatment.
What happens if it happens to each one of us? What is our plan to do it? And we have a plan for that. You
go to treatment, or there's
other alternatives. If you decide to do nothing about it, then this will happen. If you are this way, this will happen. If we have all those.
Re-embracing the lifestyle is what's really unacceptable. That I would all of a sudden start drinking again and try to make it a daily part.
Yeah.
When I clearly have no business drinking anything.
And we both are so very plugged in now with our families and our jobs. I work in the industry, and I have very close people at work that know me very well.
And they're well-worn relationships, too. So.
And family. I mean...
my parents kept me alive for years until this one.
She had that. I wish that would have been in place for her.
I don't know. I think a lot of people think there's people who are mad, probably. Yeah. There's an I told you so crowd, because whenever anyone dies of what looks like a preventable illness, especially if it's self-induced, it's like...
I know.
It's almost more like a suicide. But I know. But at the same time, laced with her ignorant attitude over the last several months. Yeah, it was hard. It was very hard to care how she was doing.
It was difficult.
And that's an ugly thing to feel like saying too, but it was very hard to care. Because she didn't seem like the kind of person who'd care about anyone else at that time.
I know.
And she got sicker rather than better. I mean, she wasn't long.
I remember the last words I said when she got out. I remember saying, I said, I hope I'm wrong. And that was in reference to saying, she's not going to make it a year. She will be dead within a year. Yeah. And I said, I hope that I'm wrong.
I hope I didn't. No. But then, so going forward, her channel may still be up. Who gets digital remains of that kind of thing?
Yeah, what happens? I mean, I think it stays unless there's somebody...
I have old Facebook profile friends who've been dead for years.
Yeah, I know.
But the profile is still up.
Yeah, it's still up. Yeah.
So there was no viewing. According to the obituary, there would be no viewing, no nothing. Cremation's usually cheapest, and
I think the only person mentioned. I think the only person mentioned was Jean. I didn't print it out.
The obituary, she mentioned who loved her on this, on that, something like that. I'm sure they've had a lot of morbid conversations about who's going to die first because they were both sick.
Yeah, and they had to know it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. So I
don't know. Godspeed. God bless.
God bless. But I hope that now you found some peace and are happy now.
I'm not gonna rip her up like Chantal in a video about the point of her choices leading to her own death. There's things people already think which are probably 100% true.
Right.
But for the time being,
and that's another thing.
Just let her go.
Yeah, just let
her go.
And as far as Chantal goes, you know what? She better
TikTok.
You know what? she needs to stop making this about her.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when Chantal said, this is just another, like, attitude thing or a behavior thing, that I just was like, oh, you know, when the news broke out in her chat, in her stream, you know, that Jen had passed, and she said, oh, did she really? I don't think she had any health issues, did she?
She was over 600 pounds. Of course she had health issues.
She was in the hospital. And
she didn't think she does, though, either.
And then, you know, turns it around, makes it about her, tries to, like, but
all of a sudden throws out some.
We're going to see the same thing. We're going to see the same exact thing if she doesn't get, you know, if she doesn't open her eyes. So,
well, that'll be on her.
But I guess that's for Saturday, right?
That's for Saturday. We'll catch up then. So
why don't we talk a little bit about our goals and our resolutions
for the year? They started in January-ish.
Ish.
It's September. Yeah. So I'll start.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. My resolutions at the time were to come down safely off of some of my psych meds and to lose some damn weight. So the meds went well. Like I think we had mentioned earlier, I was working with them right now and leveled out on these lower doses, which is reassuring because any amount less I can take, to me, is the better. So we're still working with my doctor, wheedle some of those down. It's not, I'm going to the eye doctor. I think I mentioned that before too. But I want new glasses. That's not a health thing. My other resolution was weight loss, and that didn't really start till September, end of July, because all of a sudden the wedding was in October.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
no, it's like getting really all.
I know. So from the start of the year, quite honestly, up until about midsummer, my weight didn't move. If anything, it went up a couple, and I was about 232. I got on the scale yesterday, and I'm 212.8. So, we're getting there. We're getting there. Almost 20 pounds. I can feel the difference.
I can see it. You can see it. You can see it. I can feel it, like when I hug them. You know?
So, that puts me around there. It's not a bad weight. I've plateaued at that weight 1,000 times.
So now,
no matter what the diet,
hard now, like moving forward.
Just tighten my game up. This is when you get down to crunch time.
Yeah.
When you don't have, you know,
a little over a month.
I know, and I've been eating OMAD still, 1 meal a day, and that's been helping. Not as much physical activity as I'd hope, but a hell of a lot more than when I worked from home for 2 years.
Yeah.
So I walk to work, you know, again, just busier doing stuff, just going walks.
Yeah.
Because Mark got me wireless headphones, which were very nice, so I can use those too. And just keeping up, being gentle with myself, towing the line between food restricting, diet, eating disorder, way of life, you know, trying to navigate that still. But
yeah, because if there may be some people who don't know, I mean, this is a slippery slope. Yeah. Especially for Steven.
I have a history of eating disorders.
Like major.
So all of a sudden it's like, ooh, good. There's all my foods, a 1,200 calorie day. I'm thinking, I'm a little more full than I thought I'd be. Maybe tomorrow we'll do 1,000. And then
all of a sudden it's 100.
And all of a sudden you're eating, you know, next to nothing.
A cracker.
And when you start as big as I am, it doesn't really show until you start to get drawn and sick looking and pale and gaunt and everything like that.
Oh, yeah. And you still think...
I'm too fat. Yeah. I can pinch a piece of skin on my hip bone.
It took a while for me to understand. I never understood eating disorders, but I never had a reason to learn about it.
Well, if you don't encounter people who have different challenges in life, you don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Yeah.
So, I'm doing thinner.
And
my clothes fit a little better. Realistically, the wedding's in like, what, a month and a half?
It's 38 days, I believe. I have the countdown on there. I can't see it.
The best I could do is lose like 2 pounds every 5 days. So I could technically get under 200.
You want to get under 200?
I'd like to get under 2 for the wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, we don't need to show off. 199 is fine. Because I want to have wedding cake and cupcakes.
Oh, you're having wedding cake. definitely.
How are your resolutions going?
They're going okay. They really are. I too had a late start with it, and I'm the kind of person that I'm like, everything has to line up. Just the moon's got to be there. I have to feel good. I have to be mentally everything's got to be ready, and
and then I'll start. And it took about 10 months to get that
right.
going.
Oh my gosh, and I have a problem with procrastination big time too. And but no, things are going good. Weight was one for me too, and I'm
thinned out.
You know what? I should start. I'll keep track. I didn't weigh myself to tell you the exact weights. I usually don't do that, but I will now. You're doing that, so I have my starting weight, but I don't. I'll start doing that from now on.
Yeah.
But I have lost weight. I was down to at my last doctor's appointment, I was down to 216, and when I started out, I was at 236. So really, I mean, that's 20 pounds.
That's 20 pounds
right there. Now that's over. Now that goes back like that's very slow losing over, but so the weight is going good, and I'm starting to feel it and see it. Like, all my pants need belts now. It's like the first sign, and I do lose it in my face first.
Well, you had moon face for a while from the steroids.
From the steroids. I'm still taking the medication that affects that,
but you don't have a puffy face.
Yeah, and I've increased my activity, my exercising. I'm back to exercising in the evening before I get a shower, and I'm just cooking much more real food 3 times a week. I mean, it wasn't even once a week, but now I'm cooking. I cooked last night, so I want to keep doing that to eat more fresh things rather than processed, so that's going well. Smoking, I'm still plateaued, 1.5 packs. That's much better than over 2 packs a day. I mean, I'm going for harm reduction here. I have no intention of quitting before the wedding. That was never my goal. Never.
That's not mine at all.
My short-term goal was to get down to a pack a day. So I'm going to move forward with trying to do that, to get down to a pack a day. I don't want to make myself crazy over it. I'm already getting a little nuts in my head, so I don't want to... That's what I mean about everything lining up and being just right. That's kind of more what I mean. Yeah. I can get overwhelmed very easily, and then everything kind of caves in. So I don't want that to happen either, So that's going well. And then, another goal of mine was to get my teeth fixed, with an extreme phobia of the dentist, and also being on medications that are affecting my teeth. I lost another one here. Well, it broke off. So my struggle now is with self-confidence as well. Every time I laugh, I go, ha, 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 like that, just automatically now. I know that it's not my fault. I know that I definitely have good oral hygiene. I always have. But I have to get, my appointment is next, oh my God, I think it's next week, yo. It's coming up. So it seems like it was so far away, and now it's coming up. But, and honestly, I don't care if they rip them all out and I get dentures. I know that I can't afford implants. I know that. But as long as I have something that I can eat, I can be healthy, and I can look okay, I'm totally fine with. I don't care. I suspect they're going to keep the ones that are savable. I mean, I have, more than half of my teeth I still have. But they're brittle, and they're breaking, and they're starting to turn, black. You know how like they kind of, and it's embarrassing, and it's a self-conscious thing, which affects my self-worth and all of that. It just all tied in together, So that will be handled, and I hope that by the wedding that I'm okay with it. I don't care if we have something fake, whatever, but my goal is to have something positive be done, maybe it won't be finished, but at least presentable for the wedding. So that's still in the works. The only thing I can say that I have moved forward with that goal was I have the appointment. Like, I hadn't had anything done outside of having this repaired when it came out, the front one. So and that one chipped too. So anyway. But anyway, so that's about it for goals. I mean, really, overall, it's positive.
Yeah.
Like for both.
It was more, it's just like our channel, slow and steady.
Yeah, slow and steady.
Yeah. I only lost 6 pounds a month, but after 3 months, it's 20 pounds. You know, if I got on the scale every day and only saw me losing like 1.1 pound a week, I'd have quit. I did very well this time by staying off the scale.
Yeah.
Especially when I want
That's a very good tip.
Yeah.
It is.
So that's where I'm at.
That's where we're at too, you know.
And pulling back, there's still wedding planning and moving things and cats who need to be pushed into other, like, life is still happening too.
Yeah.
Life is still happening. Because that's what life does.
quite busy and it's sometimes overwhelming. But hey, I have a job. It's a job that I enjoy, you know, so I'm blessed there. So, but yeah, so that's it. And let's see, what do we have the rest of the week? Oh, Friday we'll have a wedding update and a giveaway.
We will.
You know, I like that. Yeah. Of course, Saturday coffee talk and Sunday will be our regular live. And then Mondays with Mark, y'all. We're gonna say ciao, ciao, ciao to summer. That's all I'll say.
Aw. It was a nice summer.
It was.
It was a nice summer.
A lot of things. There was some changes for us, and I think we handled it okay. I know you guys really helped us through that whole thing. I know we were freaking out with the move and how quick it was and the cats and it
Yeah.
But it turned out
very grounding.
You are, yeah. So we do have to thank you for that, and it was a very positive thing moving here. All around, it was the best thing that
even with
really
hiccups,
ever happened.
It was really the best.
Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well, folks, thank you for joining us tonight.
Yes.
Thank you for listening how we're doing, how things are going, and our wink and a nudge to the dearly departed.
Yeah.
So, thank y'all for joining us. Thanks for watching. Please do subscribe. Hit the notification bell. You'll get alerts when we have new videos and go live. You can follow us on Facebook, on Instagram, email address, contact info, all that stuff's below as well. Thank you again, and we'll catch up with you soon.
Yes, we will. And our wedding website is down in the description too. And I guess that's it. Thanks again, everybody. We will see you next time. And remember, stay positive, okay?
Bye.
All right. Ciao.